We're going to make matcha tea ice cream. My wife Paula and Christi came up with this. They were talking about the healthiness of matcha tea, and no, I never heard of it either.
BT Bistro.
But I did. It's what?
We went to that bistro.
Oh yes, they went out to a bistro and had matcha tea. But I got to tell you, we made this as an experiment. And I really liked it. It's what Jeff was talking about, subtle flavors. Mm-hmm. It's a very nice subtle flavor. I've got all different pints of ice cream in my freezer at home, and I keep going back to the matcha tea. I'm not a tea drinker. I don't have a cup of tea. I drink coffee that'll put hair on your spleen. But tea is not my thing. But this ice cream I really liked. So that's why we're going to make it. And I'm getting a reputation for making oddball ices and ice creams, and now Christi is chiming in on that. So we're going to use a quart and 8 ounces of the dairy blend, and this will be up on the website. My formulas all go up at the website. Our IT head in Houston, Texas, will have them up there by later next week. So it's going to be a quart, 8 ounces of dairy blend, 1 ounce of the matcha tea. Stuff is very powerful. You only need an ounce. We found that out the hard way. We used about a quarter pound.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not good. Honey. And I'm not making you pass. No, honey, pass me the stuff. No. Jeff taught me this. He said if you're buying a 55-gallon drum of honey for Walmart for $12.95, you have a serious problem. And it's not just getting a 55-gallon drum of honey to bring it home. It's awful stuff. You have to buy a quality honey in order to make a good product. Again, I don't drink tea, so I don't know anything about honey. But you find a blend that you like, and that's what you use in your different products that require honey. But if you're paying $2.95 for a quart of it, I can tell you right away, it's not a good product. So the honey is very important. We're going to use 4 ounces of honey. We're going to use 4 ounces of cane sugar, Domino cane sugar, the pure stuff, and half a lemon, which the last time I saw it, Stella was rolling it around. Oh, there it is. She was rolling it around on the floor. She thought it was one of her new toys. We sanitized it. The lemon.
Just the outside.
The lemon, not Stella.
It wasn't cut at the time when she was doing it.
Different lemon.
Yeah, different lemon. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to use the CB200. We realize we don't have enough videos on the 200, and it's a very popular machine to get people into business, and so we sell a lot of them. I personally think you need the 350 because labor is going to get more and more expensive for you. In the future, labor is going to be your #1 cost in the store. And right now you just say, oh, well, it's me and my wife, so labor doesn't count. You say that on Shark Tank and they're going to throw you right off the set. However, you would be correct. When you're just starting out a store, your labor doesn't count. It's your business. You're going to put in 18 hours. You're emptying the trash cans. You're buying. You're doing the QuickBooks. You're doing everything. But as the business grows, you've got to at some point in time say, you know, my business is not like this and I do everything. My business is like this, and I'm up at here, and I've got to oversee it being done because I don't have time to go unlock the doors at 6 in the morning. Someone else is going to have to do that. So as your business grows, your expertise will be more important in other places. I hope you keep making the ice cream just because it's so much fun. You don't want to delegate that completely. So, no, you're not. Maybe your time doesn't matter right now at the beginning of the business, but it will in 6 months, a year, year and a half, when the opportunity costs are somebody else could be doing some of your jobs while you are out looking for that second or third store.
I'm getting all this if you want to get the...
Quick question.
Okay. Yes.
For Christi, me and Cole...
I'm sold.
Yeah, me and Cole were asking, why weren't you weighing the tea? Since it's powder, aren't you supposed to weigh it?
So that was my thought too when I started working with Steve, but Steve will weigh some things and measure some things. So that's our Steve question.
Yeah, and I have no
Jeff
idea.
Said that if it's powder, put it on the scale. If it's liquid, use the.
That's how I was always taught, but Steve does it way different.
But when you're using a teaspoon's a teaspoon.
No, I
and
thought
so
you said it was 1 ounce. You said 1 ounce.
yeah,
of the tea,
it's
correct?
1 ounce.
Yeah. You're right.
No, just wanted to. I want to know if that ounce is an ounce or is it maybe more if we weighed over there.
If we had a scale that I thought was that accurate, we could do it. That's a very accurate scale, and you can zero out the cup, but you're still talking about 1 ounce.
Correct.
That's going to be pretty hard to do. So if you look up on a chart on Google, weights and measures, they'll tell you what the equivalent is, and that's what I do. Because to me, it's got to be simple. I mean, you're not going to go out and buy a $600 scale to use a teaspoon 2 times. You know, it's so much easier. So there are, yes, I have some times where I don't, do everything exactly the same. Sugar, I always weigh out because I'm never using 1 ounce of sugar. I'm using large quantities usually.
We just need
let's see.
the dairy mix.
You need the dairy mix. Okay, let me get that. Oh, it's right here. How much of it do you need? We need 1 quart and 8 ounces.
So did you like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Paula?
Has anybody had cold brew matcha green tea? Not the Lipton green tea in the bottles, or not the green tea you buy to steep in a... No one?
I think I tried it once.
Oh my gosh, it's the most amazing flavor ever. Yeah.
Starbucks.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm not a Starbucks
And then I know they make like bubble teas like that too. They have them. Yeah, I tried
Yeah.
it once.
We went
Tiny can
to
taste better.
BT Bistro and
Asian restaurants.
in Tampa. Yeah, it's a Vietnamese restaurant that we went to, and they had matcha green tea, and it was the best.
I need something to measure 8 ounces. Here we go. Yes, there's a gentleman right back there with a question.
I'm just surprised that you're talk about matcha as if you don't know what it is. Up
I
in
don't.
Seattle, matcha is everything. We use it in everything.
Oh, is it?
It's my number 2 flavor selling ice cream. I match it with strawberry. We sell it in bubble tea, coffee,
And what
Awesome.
exactly is matcha?
Matcha is a type of green tea. So
Here, you can pass this around so everybody
it
can
comes from
read it.
Japan. I personally import it from Japan directly, and it comes in very different qualities, so it can get really pricey. I mean, a bag like that of the highest quality can get up to $2,000, but depending on what you're using
Steve
it
paid
for.
87 cents for that.
Right, exactly. So
I think this was
So
like
it's matcha
$17.
grown in Tennessee, probably.
But this little bit goes far.
Okay, not knowing what matcha is, I plead the fifth. I'm from the south. I'm from the South Bronx, and
That
someone.
was Paula.
I'm from the South Bronx, and matcha is some guy with a big ego walking around getting out of a tricked out car.
Now, you say it's
That's
big
matcha.
there. In what form?
in mainly bubble tea. So we make them with milk tea, which is essentially tea and
Just wanna
milk.
pour all
So
of this
you
in there,
would
mix it, and
you would
taste
go
it.
to a Starbucks and have one or a cup of that.
Starbucks would serve it as if it was coffee, and they would make it that way too. Where you just put the matcha and then you would filter it. It's kind of like cold brew, and then it would come out. But depending on the quality of the matcha and how much of it you use, it really determines. But it's also very bitter, and people tend to not want to match it up with sugar, and so they just kind of like that strong taste.
Well, how about honey or?
No, I mean, everybody. It's up to everybody. But when I serve our bubble tea, I match it with non-dairy creamer.
Why is it called bubble tea?
You take a straw and you put it in the tea and you go, and it makes bubbles. I'm gonna interrupt you. We're gonna go ahead and make this because we have time constraints. So we're putting in the sugar.
You
And-
use that to scoop the honey out.
Oh, you're gonna make me do it, huh?
Well,
Okay.
here's that, and then your half a lemon. So this is the art that Jeff was talking about. So we did the science, now this is the art.
We hope.
Yeah, so we did a couple test batches, and then,
I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
great. There's a duck in here.
Duck?
Did you? Yes. What? You said duck?
and the
That's what I was
CB,
thinking.
here's the go ahead.
All right.
The matcha's in front of you.
Oh boy. $2,000 worth of matcha right into there. You must be good at that price.
And then you're half a lemon.
Are we making straight ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the CB200 we definitely don't have a lot of videos of, but I've been recently talking to quite a few customers about the CB200 because this is super popular in pizzerias, push carts, restaurants, things like that, where they want
They
to
had some
offer
zest?
ice cream but don't
Nah.
need the
You
capacity of
Yeah,
a
it won't show up in the
CB350.
green.
So the CB200 makes 3 quarts, so you can get about 3 gallons an hour. It is a fun little machine. I mean, you can take it around anywhere with you. This one is a 220, but we also have 115 volt, so you can plug it right into a normal outlet anywhere you want to go. It is way heavier than it looks. It's 120 pounds, so 2 people is what you would need to move it with. But it can make super premium texture ice cream, sorbets, all of that fun stuff.
Gelato,
Gelato.
dairy free.
Dairy free.
Ugh.
The only thing, so that's the biggest common question I get. What's the difference between this one and this one, just besides the volume? Obviously, this one has an IOC, so you have the ability to control your overrun. So you can drop it and make it really, really thick, like a gelato and a custard, or you can make it really high to make a homemade ice cream, which is super fluffy. And this one is just one set speed only. It's a really fun machine. I'm still trying to talk him into letting me have one of these at home too, but it's not working.
What's the 1 set speed on that one?
It makes like it's not 100% overrun, so it gets about a super premium ice cream out of it. It's a great little machine.
We can go as low as 50% overrun.
Yeah.
34?
Yeah.
No, well, you know, the speed doesn't.
That's homemade.
The speed doesn't. Yeah, that's homemade. That's maximum. But the speed doesn't matter because it's the manufacturer of the machine. I have no idea what Capajani's speeds are, and they wouldn't relate to my machine. Where it's not a 1-to-1. It's just what happens to work on my machines.
CB200 is 210 RPMs.
Thank you. That's our VOG intercom, the voice of God.
Did you want to?
Go ahead.
Oh, me? With it all lumpy?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't what?
He doesn't want to get
I know it's
near it.
perfect.
Everybody, you're going to make everybody so upset over here.
I won't tell you what he told me out in the hall.
Okay, how'd it taste?
Good.
Maybe we shouldn't share it. Maybe we should keep it ourselves.
No.
Any questions so far? Can I raffle this off to anyone? There's still about $1,800 left in here.
Got you a buck.
2,000 right here.
$20 a cup.
Well, this stuff I think was, Paula had bought it, and I think it was about $17 for the bag.
Now, Christi and I differ from Jeff. Oh, what a surprise. Jeff puts the product in and turns it on and lets it spin for 3 or 4 minutes, which is wasting time. And then he turns that on, then he turns on the refrigeration. We turn on everything at once. We turn on dasher, that. And now if I'm going to add things like cookies, I'm still adding them. If I'm doing, if I want some vanilla in, I can do that. I'm doing a lot of stuff because for the first, say on this one, say about the first 5 minutes, it's getting cold, but nothing is happening. It's like watching water boil. You'd have to talk to a scientist to explain it, but when you're boiling water, it just sits there and it doesn't do anything. It's, a watch pot never boils. It's just doing nothing at all, so we have plenty of time to add stuff while we're freezing. But that boiling water just sits there, and actually the temperature is rising, and all of a sudden it hits a point, 212 Fahrenheit, where it snaps. And you look back, you turn away and you look back and your water's boiling like crazy. It just happens instantaneously. It just can't take it any longer. In the freezing process, it stays a liquid for quite a long time, and then boom, it starts to turn into ice cream. So you have plenty of time, and it's going to mix very fine because actually it's mixing for the next 4 minutes, and yet it's still freezing at the same time. So we're saving time. And a lot of this is about time.
Oh, you already did? Well, gosh, you did it fast.
I didn't want to interrupt the class.
Yes, sir.
Do you not add vanilla to anything?
Not to this.
No, actually not today, but I'll show you what I use.
I will. Next one.
I use Lockheed Vanilla. It's spelled Lochehead. There's a lot of vanillas on the market. This is what I think is the best one. And Lockheed makes different types of vanillas. Pure vanilla is up around $700 a gallon. This is an all-natural vanilla, which still meets all my qualifications, means it doesn't have chemicals in it. And this is about $110 a gallon. And this is an excellent product and made for ice cream. Vanilla is really one of the most important things that you'll work with. So what might make a great bakery vanilla isn't going to be quite the same as what would make a great ice cream vanilla. And this is a family business, and they've been around a long time. And so if you need information on that, you can call me.
Want to try it?
All my machines, speaking of calling me on this, all my machines come with a parts and labor warranty, but they also come with lifetime technical support. Now that doesn't mean we're guaranteeing an O-ring for 45 years. It means you'll be able to call here anytime you want and ask any technical question you have. I mentioned earlier this morning, one of the top 2 questions that people call about is the door leaking because they left it open. And another one is on a water-cooled machine. The machine runs for about 4 minutes and then shuts itself off, and it's overheated because there's a water line going to it and it's been turned off. Those are the calls that Mike, who you hear on the intercom, handles, and he's the best in the industry at it. But we also get questions like, where do I buy 2.5-gallon tubs? Whose vanilla do I use? How do I get the best deal on a dipping cabinet? Who has a great hardening cabinet? Where do I get an all-natural red dye? So any questions like that, even though you haven't purchased a machine, you're still now able to call, and please do. You can call here, email me. I can write you more details, and I answer emails from about 6 in the morning till 10 at night, 7 days a week. So emails are good too. But if you have a burning question about how to make something or where to get it, call Christi or me, and we'll be glad to help you. If we don't know the answer, we'll tell you that, and we'll find out someone who does. So you don't have to go it alone and wonder, well, do I buy this Chinese-made dipping cabinet that they're selling at Webstrant or some of the other discount places when you want to get something that's going to act properly. I don't think you can see it on camera. I have a Nelson dipping cabinet over there. It's 24 years old, and I haven't even cleaned the condenser on it. Shame on me, but it just keeps running. So any way we can help you like that, by all means, just call us or email us. How are we looking? Okay.
You'll be surprised.
You weren't believable. You weren't
You
believable.
stick with your diabetes payday.
It's just, yeah.
That's
I'm more
so
of
classic,
this.
Though.
Yeah.
Everybody makes payday, though, Jeff. This is different. Yeah.
Why do you think?
Huh? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Why do you think everybody
I'm
makes
sorry, I still
payday
can't hear you.
and they don't make that?
Because it's good.
Right, because payday's good.
Any
I
questions
don't
so
like
far?
payday.
No? Everybody knows everything. You must have
I
taken
don't like
Jeff's
any
class
candy
before
bar
you got
but
here.
Butterfinger. That's it. I don't.
Jeff, you're making, well, what are we doing next? We're having, no, you're next. Beachside turtle cheesecake. Now that sounds good. That sounds very interesting.
Anything I make following this,
Oh, come on. This is how you expand your mind.
Absolutely.
Remember all the acid you did in college? This is same thing. you're expanding your mind by
You
bringing
can't
new
succeed
flavors.
until you fail.
Excuse me?
You can't succeed until you fail.
Oh, very good. You're going to put that on a little plaque and sell them? You know, I think I remember that's like Ringo Starr's "Nothing difficult is ever easy." That's an air-cooled machine. Air-cooled. This one is a little noisier than others. How's it look?
Good. I left my spatula.
Oh. You want it?
Really?
Oh my.
Oh, look at the color. Can you see that? That is beautiful.
Perchance, is it green?
It is green.
Like I said, it's just 3 quarts, but that 3 quarts, if you just keep doing it back to back to back, you'll get a lot out of it.
We're gonna call it the green dot.
You do that. I think everybody will be very surprised.
And how?
Do you want to put another container under there?
Okay.
All right. I was about to hand them to you.
So those of you who are watching, oh, we're over here. Sorry. Those of you who are watching the video, we have a large audience here, and they're dead silent. And I guarantee you, as soon as we break for lunch and the cameras are off, they're going to all come rushing up with questions. It happens over and over. I got to try this, though I know it's good.
Yeah, after you had me taste the mix, you're like, no, go ahead.
Well, it didn't look fully mixed up yet.
It wasn't. You gotta taste past it.
That's
Steve.
good. It's just what it should be.
Yep. Well, we'll
Wait a
have
minute. It's just what it should be.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means it tastes like matcha should.
Correct.
If you are not interested in matcha tea and would rather have a Heineken, then it doesn't taste like a Heineken.
Well, we're gonna have the matcha expert back there let us know what he thinks.
Yes.
All the machines sound like that are compressor, like loud like that?
No, only this one.
Just the baby one.
Yeah, because this one has dual fans in it, because I knew when we designed it that it was going to go into a lot of 100-degree temperature restaurants. They're the buying market for it. That, and for people who don't have the money yet for a 350. This one. So I can show you the difference. This one is just not very loud.
And that one's not water cooled.
This is also air cooled. That's not loud.
No, we heard it yesterday. That's perfect. That's perfect.
And this one, because it has
I'm
2
sorry.
dual fans, you can hear it. Because it's going into a restaurant, and it's invariably going to be 100 degrees in the kitchen.
All the heat.
Yeah, from all the other equipment, restaurants do not put the money, they don't put anything into the kitchen. There's an old expression in restaurants, the money's made at the tables, not in the kitchen. You're not making any money in this area. You're making it out there where the tables are.
Again?
So the patrons get everything and the chef sweats.
It's like a perfect combination of the matcha and the honey. Like
You like it? Oh, good.
Did you add sugar to this? The sugar wasn't probably necessary. I mean, it's got to really.
We need it for freezing.
Oh,
I like it. It's
crystallization.
healthy.
That was one of the test batches that we did without sugar, and it needed the sugar.
So put a crystallizer into the sugar to keep it.
It helped a lot. So what do you guys think?
It's gonna taste even
It's
better
really good.
once it gets hard.
It's just
Yeah.
really
Yes,
good.
and it
It's very
does.
smooth.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, we're surprised.
Yeah? All
Based
right
on what he was
then.
saying, yeah, I'm very surprised.
I would
And
do even less matcha.
less?
Yeah, and then I would eliminate the sugar.
Well, we like the sugar.
Yeah.
It's only 4 ounces, it's not much.
No.
But we could go down on the matcha, because like I said, we put in last time about a half a pound, and
Oh,
How much
yeah.
sugar do you use?
Lesson learned.
that was a bit of a shock.
A sugar?
They got pieces of the little balls in it, but it tastes good though. It's
Yeah.
not, it's good.
Well, the last time we used a hand mixer to sit there and mix the matcha up, so it was a lot more smoother, but
Yeah.
all right.